Sanchalik Dr. Mohan Bhagwat ji, Sri Gajendra Singh Sandhu, Sarvadhikari, Sri Rajesh Loya, Nagpur Mahanagar's Sanchalik, Sri Ramji Harakari, Vidar Pranab Sanchalik, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am here amidst you to share my understanding with you the concepts of nation, nationalism and patriotism in the context of India, that is Bharat. These three concepts are so closely intertwined that it is difficult to discuss any one of them in isolation. Let us make a beginning with the dictionary meaning of these three words. Nation is defined as a large group of people sharing the same culture, language or history, and inhabiting a particular state or area. Nationalism is defined as identification with one's own nation and support for the interests, especially to the exclusion of interests of other states. Patriotism is defined as devotion to and vigorous support for one's own country. Let us examine these three concepts in the context of India. India was an open society, globally connected along the Silk Route and Spice Routes. These busy highways of commerce and conquest witnessed a free exchange of culture, faith, invention, as merchants, scholars, conquerors, and sages traversed mountain and desert and sailed the oceans. Buddhism reached Central Asia, China, and Southeast Asia together with Hindu influences. Many ancient travelers came to India and gave their account. Greek traveler Megasthenes came in the 4th century BC. Chinese traveler Fahian came in the 5th century AD. And Chinese traveler Yuanshan came in the 7th century AD. All of them have described India as having the efficient administrative systems with planned settlements and good infrastructure. In education, Takshashila, Nalanda, Vikramshila, Pahlavi, Sompura and Odanpuri comprised the ancient university system in India that dominated the world for almost 1800 years, beginning with 6th century BC. They were magnets to attract the finest minds and scholars from all over the world. In the liberal environment of these institutions, creativity found full form, art, literature, and scholarship flourished. Chanakya's Arthashastra, an authoritative text on the statecraft, was also written during this period. India was a state long before the concept of the European nation state, which gained ground after the Treaty of Westphalia in 1648. Their model was a defined territory, a single language, shared religion and a common enemy. That was the model which led to the formation of various nation states in Europe. On the other hand, in stark contrast to that concept, Indian nationalism emanated from universalism, the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Nirama. We see the whole world as one family and pray for the happiness and good health of all. Our national identity has emerged through a long-drawn process of confluence, assimilation, and coexistence. The multiplicity in culture, faith, and language is what makes India special. We derive our strength from tolerance. We accept and respect our pluralism. We celebrate our diversity. There have been a part of our collective consciousness for centuries. Any attempt at defining our nationhood in terms of dogma and identities of religion, region, hatred, and intolerance will only lead to the dilution of our national identity. As Saraswati Radhakrishnan said, any differences that may appear are only on the surface, but we remain a distinct cultural unit with a common history, a common literature, and a common civilization, unquote. In the words of eminent historian Vincent Smith, India, beyond all doubt, possesses a deep underlying fundamental unity, far more profound than that produced either by geographical isolation or by political superiority. That unity transcends the innumerable diversities of blood, color, language, dress, manners, and sex. If we have a quick look at the history, the emergence of Indian state can be traced back to the days of Mahajanapadus in the 6th century BC. In the 4th century BC, Chandragupta Maurya established a powerful empire in the northwest and northern part of India. Emperor Ashoka was the most illustrious king of this dynasty, whose reign has been described as the brightest interlude in the troubled history of mankind. It was he who, at the height of victory, converted the sounds of very Ghosho, war drum, into the sounds of Dhamma Ghosho, sound of the drum preaching peace, fraternity, and love. After Maurya dynasty, again India was broken into small kingdoms, spreading all over the area. Then came the Gupta dynasty, around 3rd century AD. Many dynasties and Gupta dynasty collapsed in 550 AD. Many dynasties, powerful kingdoms, ruled India in northern and southern part. In the 12th century AD,